Hello, brothers and sisters, beloved twin flames, soulmates, soul flames. Welcome to this new reading of this week. I'm pretty late for this week, but I needed a retreat for myself, recuperation for a few days, and I needed to meditate. So I closed myself up for 4 days before I went outside again. And I got some great messages coming in and huge activations during this period of time. And during this period, it was enormous light coming in, um, connected to the Acturian Council, and the messages were we have to hang in because there are other energies that trying to disturb our peace, trying to disturb our twin flame relations. And it has to do with lower frequencies of energies. And these energies that came in the portal also on the 12/12, there also came huge new energy in on the 12/12 portal. But it was the energy, the dark energy or the shadow energies of the Dark Mother that says, you have to go within. You have to clear some stuff from your childhood. You have to do the work. Go within. And most of the time it's around October, November, but this time it was a bit later. And for the twin flames, it is the meaning that we have to hold in and we have to work on our inner childhood wounds. If it's the father wound for the female, or if it's the mother wound for the masculine. And we have to go in and ask our inner child what it is they need and what they want to get rid of. And in the first place, there came through cruelty. Cruelty needs to be released out of our system. And that means if people are cruel to you or say nasty things or are judgmental towards you, then it's the shadow side. Because the light side is uplifting, supporting, positive, and interactive. Lower frequencies are withdrawing, closing off. So you know where you at that moment in your own relationship with your twin. If your twin is closing himself off, it's probably because of resentment, and maybe he feels ashamed that he can't be that person you want him to be, or that have expectations that it's not speeding up, or you don't see enough results. That is also possible. But know that all those energies are working, um, and they all have their purpose, because it makes you wonder if you have to do more work on yourself. It makes you wonder, okay, that's a trigger for me, so I need to do more work on myself at the moment. And that's the time that we are in at the moment. We need to work on ourselves. And that's why I retreated for 4 days and got all these energies coming in. The galactic energy said, also the Acturian Council said, you're never alone. whatever step you make, we are here to support you. We are here to guide you. We are here to let you know that you're on the right path, even with your twin flame. You know, even if there is a standstill now or a withdrawal or whatever, it's necessary, because there are things coming up from the lower shadow energies that addressing you both to do the work. And if there are energies that working on trust at the moment, a lot of energies that are really pushing our buttons on trust, trusting the other person. Is the person showing up for you? Is the relationship in balance? Do you give more than the other person? Is there enough communication? Is there enough presence in the relationship to make it work? You know, it's not, you know, that your twin flame comes home to you, sit on the couch, starts reading a book, or starts scrolling on his phone and waiting till dinner is being served. No, that's not the way. It's the attention and the constant interaction with each other that keeps the relationship in balance. So that was what the Galactic Council had to say about it. And also about, they said there's much more light coming in. And because there is so much light coming in your emotional body, in your light body, in your human form body, if there's so much light coming in, that will get the ugly stuff up. You know, that gets the shadow sides up, so it can be removed and transformed. In a state of being safe and secure with yourself. So if your energy level goes up and up and up, then you also know that you're getting more in your light body, more in your authentical energy that will help you for the next phase. And in 2020, a lot of twin flames are coming together. And we know from also this period of time, a lot of people are getting separated because they choose their partner by sight. They choose their partner by logic. They chose their partner by outer appearances. And that all will fade away. That all will, you know, split up, because there's an energy coming in at the moment that says, you know, all the people that is now awakened, they all need to walk their healing journey path by themselves, not interacting with other people, but on their own. And if that's what's going on at the moment, that you need to walk your healing part by yourself. That's why all these separations are happening at the moment, because the shadow side came up and needs to be healed. And then when that's healed, you can come back together again. So it's the separation part coming together again, separation part coming together again. But your twin flame is chosen by your soul. That's not a choice of your mind or a choice of being. Why are you getting guided back again, to be separated again, because all the other energies that are working together is like, okay, you have you said this to me and that hurt me, and or you did this to me and that hurt me, and we need to talk it out. And I know a lot of the divine masculine aren't really not really good in talking things out, but know that that's a lower vibration that is interfering with your relationship. And it could be, the reptilian energy, it could be the vampire energy, it could be parasite energies, all kinds of lower frequencies that will do everything in their power to get both of you triggered, get both of you upset, get both of you um, in in a separation. And if you find this out and your eyes are starting to open to this, then you can say, okay, I release it all. Okay, I talked enough, they said, and go on with the reading. What's in the masculine's mind space? Your key to freedom is healing your inner child. Create an inner safety and be kind to yourself. So the inner child needs to be healed. This is just what I channeled. It's just what they said to me, Your inner child wounds are coming up. And for the inner child wounds of the masculine, it's the mother wound, not feeling good enough, or they feeling ashamed, and they start to judge, and they start to blame other people, looking for attention outside, outside themselves. Most of the divine masculines, when they enter a room or enter a bar or whatever, they need to have the attention. But the only attention they need to give is this inner child. So what am I avoiding? Why am I looking for the outside and not for the inside? And my inner child needs healing on that. I need to be okay with who I am, and I don't have to look for attention outside of myself. Even if I'm going into a bar and you want to be seen, that's the insecurity of self. The insecurity of self that says, oh, I need other people to say to me that I'm great, that I'm looking good, that I'm terrific, and that I'm looking smart, or whatever. And that's what's going on. So if you're in your inner child, and if you're in yourself, you can be yourself wherever you go. What's in the divine masculine's heart space? He needs to forgive. See the bigger picture, trust and heal. Don't focus on what's going on. For instance, he needs to forgive the other person that probably triggered him, or the divine feminine, or an outside situation as a work environment. He needs to forgive that person, because it's an interaction between both of them. He needs to forgive her, and he needs to forgive himself for reacting that harsh, or lashing out, or hiding away and not being available anymore. Um, what else they is the situation that needs, you know, the universe are guiding them both, but he needs to forgive himself. He needs to forgive her, you know, he needs to forgive her. And he, if he needs to, he wants to the trust of the divine feminine. That's what it's about. If you want the trust by the divine feminine, your action needs to be stable. Your actions and the things you say, you need to be proven time and time and time again, not just once. That's not trust. Trust is consistency. Trust is consistency in your actions. And if the divine feminine asks something of you and you say, yeah, that's okay, and for instance, you're not acting on that action, what you said, then there is then there is no liability. Then there is nothing she can be rely on if she asks something for you, from you, you know. And that's what's going on at the moment. So you have to forgive yourself, not and if your divine feminine is calling you out on it, you know, you don't have to react on her, but, you know, forgive yourself that you weren't able to do it. But then also you have to communicate it to her, why you can't do what she asked for of you, you know. It could be a small thing. It could be something that she couldn't reach or that she wasn't able to get, and she asked something of you. It could be something of help, you know, or emotional support. And I know that a lot of the divine feminine, if there's a trust issue with the divine feminine towards the divine masculine, she wouldn't ask that much of him. And if she asks something of him to do something for her and he is not doing it, then the whole reliability is gone again. And then the whole trust is gone again. So she won't ask again. And she will close herself off and say, see, he's doing the same old. And it doesn't matter what I ask or what I'm doing. If they ask something of me, I will do it and I put my energy in it, but I don't receive anything in return. And if I don't receive anything in return, I will withdraw myself and get out of the situation. So that's what's going on in the heart space of the divine masculine, that he needs to forgive his divine feminine for acting out on something that or he isn't aware of, but then he needs to be aware, because she is giving her boundaries. And if you're punishing the divine feminine for giving her boundaries and speaking her truth, you know, then you better can stop this relationship, because it won't grow. You're not able to put in the work that needs to be put in, you know. And then a lot of the divine masculine, then the fear starts to come up that they will lose the divine feminine, and they're losing the divine feminine because their ego is reacting and they're not playing up their actions. So that's what's going on. So he needs to heal himself, see the bigger picture of it, and forgive his divine feminine. And he needs to trust that he must heal, that he needs time to heal. He probably needs to forgive that he was an asshole, sorry, or that he was arrogant, or that he wanted more attention, or getting attention outside himself, and then the divine feminine needs to heal on that. No, your actions of trust. That's the case, they say. If you can't build a relationship on this trust. Openness, kindness, supporting each other, being loving to each other, listening to each other, understanding each other, and not grabbing just the energy and then afterwards, degrading the divine feminine. That's not the way a relationship works. Okay. How does he seize the divine feminine? The dolphin baby. Lemurian circles. Go with the flow. Timelessness. Acceptable. Free. And take your time. The divine feminine has to take her time with this situation. She has to see if and it isn't that difficult. They tell me it isn't that difficult to show up and to get a relationship in balance. It's just acting on kindness. And if you are expecting to grow this overnight, you're wrong. A relationship is a continuously work. It's not going to work if you don't put in the work, So it's all about being aware, being conscious about yourself, being conscious towards your divine feminine, towards your surroundings, how you're acting. Are you acting out of egotistical reasons? Are you thinking, I don't care because this is my place and this is how I do and this is how I am? Then you're not considerate. Then you have no consideration for your environment, that the divine feminine takes time and space for you. And if you're egoistic about that, then you will get a very, very hard time, because it's the time of the divine feminine. It's not the time of the divine masculine anymore. It's the time that the divine feminine needs support of the divine masculine. And you're entering an era of the goddess, not an era of the god anymore, because the gods handed over the stick to the divine feminine and to the goddess in 1975. So that's a long time ago that the god said, it's now for the goddess and the goddess to take over the world. And that's what the women are doing. That's why there are so many separations, because the divine feminine is coming into her truthful light and into her power. They are taking over. Look at Finland. The whole cabinet is full of women. So all the Indians, the shamans in the Amazon, they all handed over their power, the masculine, their power over to the divine feminine, because they're better rulers. Because the men make a mess of this beautiful world. Because they think of power, money, greed. And that's why it is the era of the divine feminine. And it will be speeding up in 2020. So if the divine masculine isn't able to turn this all around, he will have difficulties in every relationship he enters. Because the goddess is kicking some ass. The universe is kicking ass. So he sees that she needs to take her time. And that she needs to go with the flow. And that she needs to be free. And that freedom he gives to the divine feminine will get her back in the energy towards him. She needs to be free to do her work, to move around. And if he can support her in that, then it's okay. The balance needs to be equal. If the divine feminine is coming your way halfway, then the masculine also can go halfway. He needs to get out of that space of I'm better than you. I know better than you. I am a masculine. I know better than you. He's making the divine feminine inferior towards him because his own insecurity. What's in the divine feminine's headspace, universe? I only open up and I only have responsibility towards the universe, towards my goddess. That's what I hear. I don't have anything. I'm on the top. I'm on the top of the universe. I'm connected with the universe. I have this universal knowledge that knows what's best for the whole collective. Doesn't mean she knows everything in the 3D, but she knows a lot how things should be and how the universe wants a new earth to be created. Meditation, wiseness, communication with all that lives in the micro and microcosm. So it's now for the universe to come in and shift everything. And the divine feminine is tuning in on this. She's tuning in on the higher frequencies, and not only the 5th dimension, but also the 9th and the 12th dimension, connecting with everything on the earthly plane that lives, connecting with that. So it means that she is connecting with the animals, connecting with the plants, connecting with everything that she can turn around. It's a loop. She is helping the whole collective to shift, and she's not doing it by herself. A lot of women are going together in 2020 to change this world. The women are going to stand up. The women are going to march and change this world. There will be more protest, loving protest, by the way, loving protest. No, I don't know the word. Let me see. No provoking, I hear. Thank you, Spirit. They won't provoke. They do everything in love. And um, what is hitting the masculine most with the women that give love, that their inner wound of of their boy, the inner boy wound, opens up, that they're not had enough love in their youth, that they needed to be strong, that they needed to be courageous, that a man can't cry, all these things, and they craving the love from the divine feminine. And when they have enough of that love, they push her aside, because then it's get too overwhelming and the fear kicks in. What if I lose it? I want to have it, but I will lose it. So you're just, then you're just a vampirism of the divine feminine's energy. And she's not standing for that. That's not why she's hanging out with you. She's hanging out with you because she's truly loving you from the heart space. And if that's not going through your thick skull, you can better sit in a corner and waiting out your time, or get gay. Sorry guys, but that's what's coming through, So that there are forces from the universe that are coming down now and really hitting your heart in your butt. If you don't treat the divine feminine right, the way she needs to be treated, don't interact at all. Leave her alone. And the only thing, the three main thing that the divine masculine needs to do is to show up, take care of her, support her, be kind and be loving. Be open in your communication. Show yourself, not only in a negative way, but also in the positive way. And if there isn't any positivity in your life, then you have to make one. So, wow. Okay, that's the universe speaking through the divine feminine in her headspace. Is connecting with the universe during this time. What's in her heart? The dove of peace. Stay in your heart, all is well, and be at peace. Wow. That's exactly what divine feminine is doing. Staying in her heart space. Not getting the lower frequencies that are in order here, to get them out of their energy. She stays in her heart space. She needs to heal that heart. She needs to heal that heart space. Because of her heart, she can do the work. And she is, I know that the twin flames in this case, who are in separation or in the 5-dimensional realm, that they need to be in the heart space, and that the energies will join again. If they're in separation, she needs to be here in her heart space and not in her head space, going to the past, what happened, going to the future. No, staying here in the now and healing everything what's necessary also for her. Everything is well. If if there are energies denigrating you in every kind of way, you know it's all about the divine masculine, that they, if they do that to you, you know, it's a lower frequency of energy. It could be that they are depressed, it could be that they're at a heavy work environment where there are a lot of parasites, where a lot of reptilians, where a lot of vampires going on. um, I also know that 2 weeks ago I noticed that vampires were sent to take the light out of someone, and they do it during the night. So Spirit woke me up and said, you know, you have to get rid of this energy, because, you know, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And that energy was being sent to someone. And they woke me up to clear it out. So, and if I'm around or not around, you know, if the universe asks me to clear that person or to clear that energy, I will do it, because it is asked of me. You know, if they ask me, you know, clear it up, because it's for the for the greater good of all, because it could also affect the whole family. And you have to stop this energy of getting all the light and getting all the attention and getting all the energies to be stronger and come back the next night. Then I have to interfere. So and I just do my work by sending love, sending light language, healing language, and do my thing. So that's in every occasion. Even if the divine masculine is not treating you right, you know it's coming from a lower vibration, or from energies that are being sent, you know, by dark forces. That's really very, very yeah, it's going on at the moment. It's going on a lot at the moment. How does the divine feminine sees the divine masculine? That he needs to breathe. He needs to breathe, he needs to ground, he needs to clear his energy, free himself from attachment, make sure he's purity, that he's clear and clear in his expressions. Wow. I don't have to say anything anymore, because I just channeled it. Go to the light, clear yourself, clear your house, burning sage, putting the fire on, burning and transform everything. You know, if you have a fireplace and your fireplace is burning, you know, use it to connect with the universe. Put put your wishes on a paper and throw it in the fire, so it will reach the universe, so it can transform everything you don't need in your life anymore. Divine masculine, what is supporting him? Rest. Divine masculine needs to support, retreat, and rest. It's time for him to take a vacation, I hear. He needs to get out to a place that uploads his energy. Go into the woods, go into the forest, go to the ocean, reload, upload. Even, you know, if you're tired and you're so tired and you need sleep, you know, draw yourself back into bed and sleep. Don't go, yeah, I can't sleep, or feeling guilty of being lazy sometime, because your mind said there is so many things you need to do. Go back to bed, Retreat yourself. Get in your cave and sleep a few hours more. Take that rest. Don't go in overactivity, because that's running away from what you really feel. How does he see the relationship with his divine feminine? That she is very defending herself, defending her boundaries, defending her grounds. And that's probably necessary, because the divine masculine isn't showing up. He's showing up 2 or 3 times, and then he's withdrawing back in old behavior. And then that's not the action the divine feminine needs to see from him, to trust him. It needs to be in consistency. And that's well, the universe, I hear the universe is working with him to do this. But you know, if this is a huge awakening for the divine masculine again. You know, they had 6 months ago they had a really big awakening. Last year they had an awakening. 2020 and this portal 2022 of December, it's a huge one. You know, the 12/12 portal was a very huge portal. Now, you had the chance to step into this portal with new intentions, or you didn't put your intentions at all, and then you're just leaving this plane. You're just leaving, you're going back to the past, and you stay stuck in the past. What supports the divine feminine? The sun. The sunshine, the strength, glowing, shining her light, getting activations, being with herself, and shine her light into the world and into the universe. She needs her light, and because she's working with the light, she needs to be sure that her cups are fully filled. Her cups are filled. If her cups aren't filled, or just getting drawn by people that just want her energy, you know, she needs time to retreat and reload again. So that's what she's doing at the moment. How does this divine feminine sees the relationship with the divine masculine? That they're at the end of a cycle and a new cycle starts. She knows that she's his empress. She knows that he knows that she is his wife, that she is the one he really wants to be with, even if she challenges him. Even if she's challenging him, because he learns a lot from her. He wants to be like her, more like her. He don't want to be like her, but he wants to be more like her, because of her strength. And he knows that strength, that is an action-based movement. So if you're always stuck and you're always in the darkness and you don't want to see things, you know, she will wake you up. Like, come on, honey, there's so much more outside of this world. Even if it means you're not with me, you know, I know you can do it. I know that I support you. I know I support you energetically. I support you in the physical form. I just want you to meet me halfway. in supportiveness, in positivity, in kindness, and in love. There is nothing else. And if we do the same towards each other, and you are aware of what's going on in your environment, and you waking up to that system, and you be aware that you have to give in fully your presence, if you're with the divine feminine, there's nothing more to ask for. It's nothing more to ask for. And that's how she sees the relationship, that it's starting a whole new cycle again. And probably the divine masculine is so angry, has a lot of resentments towards his divine feminine. And the divine feminine just says, you know, I love you. You can do whatever you want. I can't stop loving you because the universe ordered me to love you. Even if you're a difficult person, even if you're throwing up a lot of triggers, the universe tells me to love you, because that's what the universe is, unconditional love. And that the divine masculine don't seize this unconditional love is because there is no unconditional love within him, because his love is on conditions. You need to be pretty, you need to be looking good, you need to have the most beautiful clothes, because I want to show the world that I have the most beautiful woman next to me. And the divine feminine says, you know, fuck you, that's all outer appearance. You know, that's outer appearance. What would people say about you? So, universe tells divine feminine, love and give love and give love. And if they don't feel the unconditional love of the divine feminine, that's because they give love by conditional love. Because if you're nice to me, I will be nice to you. If you be nice to me, then I can give you the world. If you're not nice to me, you know, and you give your boundaries, then I will punish you. Well, that's not the way it works. We need to give our boundaries, because otherwise you're taking advantage of the divine feminine. And that's what the divine masculine needs to learn. They need to learn not to take advantage of the divine feminine's healing powers, loving powers, and everything she has to offer. Heal the resentments, I hear. Okay. What's blocking the divine masculine to go within? He's not wanting to go within. He needs to go within, but he's just looking for outside gratification. He's not looking for the light within himself. He just sees the darkness within himself. And it's weird that I say this, but a lot of masculine need therapists to heal themselves, because this time and period of time what's coming up in 2020 needs the divine masculine to speed up and grow up and be aware of their behavior, because if they don't, you know, we're ending an era, and this era that will take out a lot of people that are just working from their mind space, they get wiped out, because that's what's going on at the moment. They get ill. Will be sick. Their anxiety is rising. Their fear is rising, and that's a burden to them. So what are they going to do? You know, yeah, they're just going on and carry the burden instead of releasing the burden, looking for other options, getting out of the space that is really burdening them, that costs them everything, that costs them energy, that it gives them vampires, it gives them parasites, it gives them, they all want something from the divine masculine in the work environment. Third parties, everybody wants something from the divine masculine, and that's a burden from him. But if he's clear with his boundaries, and if he is communicating it well, and not be afraid of disappointment, of disappointing someone else, then it's okay. If they do it in a loving way, you know, the divine feminine can handle a lot. Divine feminine, if you say to the divine feminine, for instance, sorry honey, I'm too busy next week, I can't make it because, you know, I think I'm going out with my friends for a time. The divine feminine says, you know, have a great time, I love you, have a great time, you deserve it, and enjoy yourself. She is always supportive. She says, honey, go on vacation. Take a vacation. Take a week out. But be open, and don't do things without opening up or not telling her, because then comes the distrust in again. So the divine masculine is creating his own burdens. And that's also with the divine feminine, you know, because the divine feminine has to deal with a broken heart. She has to deal with a broken heart because he's not stepping up his game again. So, you know, if you have addictions as a divine masculine, go to a therapist and handle with your addictions. I don't care if it's drugs related or if it's sex related or, you know, alcohol. Do something about it. But don't blame it on the divine feminine for giving her boundaries. Wow, I get here an energy that is so fierce, and I feel it's the goddess energy that comes through. It's the crone. I hear the crone. So she is so fierce, and she will kick your butt. You know? Instead of saying to the divine feminine, you don't deserve me, you have to say, I will step up my game and show you that I am an emperor and that I'm worthy for you. Because you're my biggest love and I don't want to break your heart anymore. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Oh my God, now I need to retreat for 2 days and sleep on it. Because this reading is really taking a lot of me. What is she going to do about her broken heart? She is going to fill up her cups. I'm going to put on some lights here, because I see the lights are, I can't hardly read anymore. Oops. She's going to fill up her cups again. And she is going to focus on her own. She's going to focus on peace, of love, of her career, of transformation, healing. She's going to do it all in a short period of time. I went back to my childhood. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? 2 days ago. And there came up about bullying. Bullying. People who bully you. People who want to push through. Be harsh. Being not nice. Saying not nice things to you. And that came out of my childhood. You know, even in our childhood, we've been bullied by our parents to do the things we needed to do. So the bullying is in our system, by our fathers, by our mothers. If we didn't do anything right, you know, they turned away, and you were left out in the cold by yourself. If they punished us, and if we don't turn it around and don't go within and heal those pieces, you know, then there is no future also for the divine feminine. Because the divine feminine needs to heal the world, needs to heal the divine masculine. Because if we look at the government and the system, I don't want to even go there, but that needs huge healing. Because it's all lying, deceit, greed, power, overpowering women, degrading women, you know, pushing them down. It's all the bullying again of the little boy that likes the girl and just bully her because he likes her to get a reaction and attention from her. It's so small. That's what it is. So small. And if she finally says, you know, you bullied me and you bullied me too much, you know, you pushed me in a corner, and you're too harsh towards me. I'm checking out, or you're not giving me the attention I deserve because I put in time and my attention into you, and it's not reciprocated, then I'm out of here. Then I'm checking out, because I have all those things I need to do to heal this planet, to heal this earth, to make a new earth. And if you don't want to hear it and don't want to see it and don't want to listen to it, you know, even how much I love you, I let it go. And I take my time to heal. And I focus on other things. Because I know that there are parts, what you trigger in me, that is that needs healing. And I can do, but if I can do the work, you can do it too. But if you don't do the work, there is no healing going on. So if you want me in your life, that's what the divine feminine says to the divine masculine. You know, just step up your game and be constant in everything you do. Be aware. You know, if you don't know what she needs, ask her. The divine feminine asks. The divine feminine asks you questions. How things are going here and here. How was your day? How are you feeling? You know, that's a generous feeling of making connection with someone. And if that's too much for the divine masculine, then just say, you know, I feel overwhelmed by your presence, and I need some space. How simple is that? That's so simple. Then she doesn't feel any rejection. It's your own rejection that feels that you would hurt her, because you would be felt hurt, that you would be feeling hurt. So don't assume that someone else would have the same feelings as you. And if the other person is more sensitive than the other, you know, then he or she will tell to each other, you know, I'm very sensitive on this point. Can you reframe this question? I think you're very harsh. Or you're just being an a-hole. Okay. That's enough, guys. What combines them? Both. Judgment, reconciliation, by releasing the judgment. And it's so easy to go in there at this time and space, because we have so many dark energies. And if our cups are not filled with love, you know, and we're tired, we're going into this space. Or if you're coming out of an environment that they judge a lot, then you start to judge a lot, because you're carrying that energy in your field. So if you meet your divine feminine, clear yourself. Go to a space that you clear yourself. So both, it combines them both. They both want this reconciliation. They both want to come back in this space, because it's universal guided. But they both need to stand up and heal their past and heal their failures. Well, it's not failure. You're not failure. It's your first attempt in learning. That's failure. You make an attempt and you will fail. And you make the second attempt. But it needs consistency. It needs not trying once and then it's okay. It needs consistency of new attempts. Because then failure becomes progress. And every time you fail, you learn your lesson. Okay, what will bring them together? Traveling. Traveling will bring them together. Going within, grounding, moving away from each other for a while, coming back to in there and do the healing work. Because it's time to do the healing work. There are a lot of things going on at the moment that needs time to go within, but it's definitely they both need a vacation. That's what I can see, because of all the energies that were going on. I see that a lot of the divine feminine were too much in the 3D space because of all what's going on, Sinterklaas, Christmas, birthdays. It was too much for her, and she needs to purge, she needs to re-cleanse. Now she takes time on her own. Now she can redraw and take time to heal. Heal her inner child, heal her and she needs both masculine and feminine needs to work on their communication, on their loving communication, how they could support each other. And don't say the things you don't mean. Wow, okay, guys, thank you so much. Don't say the things you don't mean. Don't say it out of ego. Go first to your heart space and ask, what would love say about this? And then you get a totally different answer. Because the divine masculine loves his divine feminine to the end of times. And that's only what he wants. He wants that attention. He wants the glory. He wants the energy. He wants the love. He wants the sex. He wants it. He wants it all. And he thinks he gives in a lot. He doesn't see what the divine feminine gives in. And that's where the communication comes in. Honey, did I do well for you today? And also the divine feminine to the divine masculine. Honey, did I well for you today? Or is there something else you need I can support you with? I don't want to be your mother. It's not about mother your divine masculine. It's a totally different thing. It's not being needy. It's being considerate about someone else's feeling. If you see that something is bothering your divine masculine and you're asking, you know, how are you doing? And he says nothing, you know, then turn away and walk around and say, no, it's okay. But if he says, yeah, there were some things at work that bothered me, you know, but I can deal with it, it's not a big deal, then it's okay. But if he wants to open up to you, that's the time he can open up to you. So it works both ways. And I see they both need a vacation. Okay. Let's get to clarifiers. And then I'm ending this session. One for the divine masculine. One for the feminine. Oh my God. Masculine. Clovers. Luck. You're so lucky to have this divine feminine in your life. You're so lucky. You don't even know how lucky you are. Because she is supporting you through everything. Even with a broken heart. She still supports you. Because there is so much love for you. You don't even comprehend how much the divine feminine loves the divine masculine. Because it's a twin flame relationship that comes from her soul. That's not even coming from her heart. It's not coming from her ego. It's coming from a higher source. And if you are not aware that you need to be delicate with her and that she is your biggest luck in your life and will ever be probably, because you will never find another twin flame, you know, it's not a twin flame if you know, I'm not even going there, but the twin flames, they go in flow. They understand each other, but they need to learn. They need to learn how to treat each other, how to communicate with each other. And for the divine feminine, it's the lovers. For the divine feminine, it's, you know, the two swans. Swans are monogamous. They stick their whole life to one partner only. And that's probably why she is connected with her twin flame. Well, guys, I'm leaving with this, and I wish you a very nice Yule celebration. We're going to the light. There's not more light coming in, and I hope you all will do well. And blessings for the new year. I love you. Bye bye.